What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Stardust here. Welcome back to another video here on the YouTube channel. My first video as a 21-year-old, and also, I am incredibly sick at the moment, as you can probably hear it in my voice, but I'm going to keep giving you the news. I'm going to keep covering Marvel's Avengers, because that is what I do. So let's go on to Reddit. We have big news here that confirms MCU skin is designed to drop, or planned at least, on the 2nd of December. So Nick says, so quick clarification here. The roadmap isn't a great vehicle for getting into the nuanced distinctions between things like what's happening on the 30th versus what's being patched in on the 30th to happen later, versus what's happening in the period at or shortly after the patch and needs to be on the roadmap somewhere. So sometimes, to avoid having just a ton of visual clutter and caveats that make the main message confused, we opt for a simpler roadmap. You can blame me for this. The roadmap is probably my responsibility more than anyone else's. TLDR, where the interesting bit comes in. No offense, Nick. We won't have a new MCU skin in the marketplace on the 30th, mostly because we patch on Tuesdays and update the marketplace on Thursdays. Makes sense. But we will have them in December, and one is planned to land on the 2nd of December, the first marketplace update day after the patch. So, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The first time after the update you can expect an MCU skin is the 2nd of December. I don't believe this has been covered anywhere else, so you can thank this YouTube channel for doing it. Sorry, it's just a bit of cockiness there, you know. I've got to give myself a little bit of credit, given that I'm doing this video while I'm not very well. But there you go, 2nd of December for an MCU skin. But that's not all. So, I remember people being quite worried about Spider-Man finishing, beginning to be a superhero after A-Day. Like, oh no, what if he's an Inhuman? What if it's A-Day that gave him the superpowers? Nah. So, Nick responds, 100% Spider-Bite. I think there may be some misconception from a comment I made in another thread about him becoming Spider-Man after A-Day to mean that A-Day was connected to him becoming Spider-Man. But I just meant that his superheroing happens after A-Day, so the Avengers who dropped off the map post A-Day don't really know him, but Kamala does because she was around for those years. ETA, you can thank Nicole from our narrative team for spotting this and poking me with sticks to answer. So, that's very interesting. So Kamala knows who Peter Parker is. Well, maybe not Peter Parker, but she knows who Spider-Man is, whereas the other Avengers do not. Now, Black Widow was active around A-Day, because obviously she kept tabs on Kamala, so it'd be interesting to know if she knows who Spider-Man is, because obviously she kept tabs on Kamala, who's saying she keeps tabs on Peter Parker. But either way, it's still incredibly interesting, and I definitely want to see, where this goes. You can definitely tell that Spider-Man and Kamala Khan are going to have a really good relationship in Avengers. They're just going to have banter and stuff, and I'm really looking forward to that. That kind of makes me happy. Those two definitely seem to connect a lot more, just via their backstories, two young individuals that got thrusted into the superhero world way before they were ready, and it's pretty cool. So let me know what you guys think. So, MCU skin on the 2nd of December, and it is definitely a Spider-Bite. It's not an Inhuman situation. Uncle Ben doesn't die on A-Day or anything like that. So, thank God, I'm alright. But thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you all later for the weekly vlog coverage. Peace.